And we're back. Welcome to episode 29 of the Misfortune. Where we left off, Reglor and the two royalists were in an armory that they stumbled upon after using a hatch, a trap door. And now they are actually face to face with a elf, an older elf. He is just sitting there, um, eating some food or having a drink, just kind of sitting down, and doesn't seem to be too worried or afraid of us. Three intruders assumingly in this armory. Now, um, what I want to find out is what he's doing there. So, does he make a move? Do we make a move? That's the thing. Let's see what the Royalists do. I'm going to say that the Royalists are, do they question him or where they are? Do they ask him anything? Let's say 50-50 on that. So 60%, they are just kind of staring cautiously at this guy. So, this elf. I'm going to assume that the elf might speak first, so 50-50 on that one. 72, he doesn't speak. So it's kind of a standoff. It's a staring contest at this point. I'm going to speak up. I'm going to say a couple possibilities here. We can ask where we are. Where are we? Who is this elf? And what's he doing here? And if we can pass without any trouble. Because Reglor is going to assume that this guy is in charge of the armory for the Legion, so he is an enemy, potentially an enemy. Um, we can also see if he's possessed by the same spirit that we dealt with before, but I think that spiritual possession thing is out of this out the window. So let's roll to see if he is possessed. I think it's a minor 15% chance. 26, he's not possessed. He's 29, he's not possessed. So he's just sitting there staring at us neutrally. I'm going to ask him, let's see, what should I ask him? If he is there, where are we? Or if we ask him where we are, then that might have him think that we accidentally entered this area, perhaps. So I'm going to ask him, do you know where we are? I'm going to basically play stupid and say, sorry, we're lost. Do you know how we can get out of here? Basically like that. And now that's gonna be a lie, which will be, of course, a knowledge check, and that's a four above. So I have to roll four or higher. I think I'm prepared, and being a thief, I believe lying is my strong suit. So I'm gonna roll three dice, and I have to roll four or higher. I rolled a six, a four, and a two. So it's a regular complete. So we're able to lie to him. And he answer us? I have to assume he does. Now, does he know the way out? I'm pretty sure that's a high 75%. Does he know the way out of here? 80. He does not know the way out of perhaps the entire temple. So, oh gosh, he says no, he doesn't. Okay, so he doesn't know the way out of here. I'm going to ask him now, do the Royalists, do they step in to say anything? I'm gonna say probably 60% chance at this point. 41, they do. So, well, 41. One of them does. I think one of the Royalists says, "Who are you exactly?" And asking that, does the elf respond saying who he is? Does he give his identity away? I'm gonna say he does. So 60, also 60%. 11, he does. He's actually very glad to tell who he is. He's welcoming of our um, appearance here. He's welcoming the guests. So I don't think he sees people often each day. So he explains that he is um, the designated weapons specialist. He is he maintains, he cleans, and he stocks the weaponry in the armory room. So shields, weapons, items. He kind of basically He's like a librarian for the weapons. So I'm gonna say the elf is the weapons specialist. Oops, specialist. Now, does he work for the Legion, like the, the Misfits? I'm gonna ask him. I ask him because I just kind of interject. Does he work for the Legion? And I think it's a high chance he does. So 80% chance he does. Seven, he does. He shakes his head or he nods. He does work for the Legion. I'm now do the Royalists try to leave? I'm thinking that now we know that this elf works for Legion, but he's an older elf. I'm going to think that the Royalists ask if there's a door out of here. Now I'm gonna look around to see if there's a door out of here. Is there a lot of like things blocking our view where we are? 50-50. Do we see a door from our current position in the armory? 35. We do. There's a door kind of in the corner behind where the elf is sitting down and enjoying his food, enjoying his meal. So there is one door in the corner. Okay. Because of that, that tells me that we have a chance to leave. I'm going to do the royalists, do they ask if we can leave without any trouble? So 50-50 on that one. If they don't ask, I'm going to ask. 10, they do. So they ask the elf if we can leave without any trouble. But that does kind of give the hint, that does kind of hint to the elf that we are intruders here, so might not be the best thing to phrase it like that, but in any event, they does ask that. Does the elf let us pass? This isn't going to be a solid 50-50. He does work for again, this guy does work for the Legion, the Misfits or Legion, we never really came up with a name for the band, the cult itself, but the Legion itself. I'm going to say, and I do apologize about the craziness of the background remover, but I'm using a different computer now, and it doesn't work as well. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. So does he let us pass? I'm going to say 50-50 on this one. I just don't know. 39. He does. He thinks about it for a moment, and he says, I'm in no shape to fight at my age." And he says, "I'm just here to keep an eye on the weapons. As long as you don't steal anything." Just picture, I can't really do an accent of, I don't know if the elf would have a British accent. He's basically saying, just don't steal any, if you don't take anything, you leave. I won't bother you, basically. So he just wants us to cross through. He won't even bother getting help. He won't bother us. As long as we don't touch a thing, we leave. So the we can leave as long as we don't take anything. And, me being a thief, I am kind of looking at the weapons, and because I'm looking around, I'm just kind of like giddy. I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot of stuff to steal. If we kill this guy, this is all ours. But I'm not going to do that right now because I'm guessing that the royalists know who I am very well. I'm a thief, and they're looking at me, making sure they kind of they clear their throat, looking at me like, not telling me not to take anything. I'm going to say they are doing that, 75%. Yep. So they slowly look at me like this, and they go, they're making sure that they're looking at me, and I'm like, I do this, I'm good. So we go to we proceed to leave the armory. But before we do, um, we're at the door. I'm going to open the door slowly. I'm guessing I'm first. I'm going to open. Is the door unlocked? I'm guessing it is from the inside. 80% chance. 62. It's unlocked. I'm going to open the door slowly. And I'm going to look around I'm going to look for now does the door open out or does it open in? So, um, 50-50. Does the door open in to us? inward. It does. Okay, so the door opens in, so I'm gonna open the door and look through the opening, just kind of see if there's anyone out there. I look through. Do I see anything? I'm gonna say or I should say, do I see anybody? I'm gonna say 40% because I really think that the Legion is not as staffed as we think. I believe like there is cultists scattered around this whole entire temple, and it seemed to me that they were taken out by here's the thing. Here we go. Here's a connection point. The cultists were mostly slaughtered by obviously the elf was just kind of chilling and waiting in the armory. That might be a good little actually story to touch on, but or a plot point. I'm guessing the cultists of the Legion were slaughtered, mostly just killed from the Danger House, who also ended up killing each other because of a mutiny, which was, in my opinion, a very little kind of a plot hole or a missed opportunity. But yeah, that's in the past. We gotta keep moving. So I'm gonna say 30% I see in anybody out there. 82. It is clear as day. There is no one out there. I don't hear anything. Nobody in the hallway. I'm guessing it's a hallway. I tell the Royalists there's nobody out there. I don't hear anything. And the Royalists, are they surprised? The 50-50? I'm gonna guess they are. 48. They're kind of surprised. They're like, I was expecting some people. Or like I was expecting an obstacle here. I'm gonna think that one of the Royalists kind of looks to the elf who's is the elf looking at us or is he eating his food? Is the elf eating his food? Let's just say that. 50-50. 55. No, he's chewing a sandwich, but he's looking at us. He's just making sure we're not taking anything. But I'm gonna say one of the royalists looks to the elf and says, "Are you the only one on this level? Like, are you the only one here? Is the elf the only like? Does he say he is? 50-50. Does he say he's the only one here? 35. He does. So, elf. Well, I don't know if he's lying. He says he is the only one on this floor. So there is obviously multiple floors we have to deal with. Okay, so I'm going to open the door completely, and I enter the hallway. I'm looking around. Do I hear anything? Do I see anything? 50-50. Six. So I do indeed see something. It's not obviously it's not a person. It's not a being, but I see something. So I see something. This could be intriguing. Let's grab a dice that can further specify, clarify what I see. I have an item dice right here, and let's roll it. I see. Oh, it's one of those like it's a I forgot what it was called, but it's basically like a has a stick with a little the swing. It's a swinger. I forgot what it's called. Shoot, I'm so sorry. That's such a common weapon in fantasy. Uh, it's basically a stick with the little spike ball. It's a spike ball. Yeah, it's a spike. A chain spike. It's being twirl it around, throw it. So I see some very dangerous weapons on a rack, perhaps. So I see a weapons rack. Now, the weapons rack, let's see here. Okay, the weapons rack looks delicate. Okay, interesting. These story blocks are sometimes useful. I think it's more for very general questions, but I haven't really been too keen on them using them lately. So, uh, seeing the weapons rack. Now, the two royalists enter the hallway. Are we going to look for the exit? Do they say we got to look for the exit? 75% chance. 39, they do. So they're like, we got to get out of here. We gotta leave this temple. Like, we got to find a way out of here. So, I'm going to say, I'm going to look to see if does this hallway have like, is it a hallway does it have two ways? Like, do we look left and right, or is there like another door ahead of us? 50-50. Like, is it just a regular hallway with a two-way street basically? It's not. So 78. It has there's a few doors in front of us, and the hallway does go left or right. but then it basically turns into like a U shape. So the hallway has a few doors and then two paths to follow, two paths to go. So we're looking around. We see a weapons rack in front of us, which is nothing really too significant. Um, I probably tell the king, not the kings, and the royalists, should we split up? I'm going to ask them, do you think we should split up? Take one entrance or take one way? Do they agree on that? 50-50? Do they agree? 34, they like the idea. So we split up. They go their way. So they go right. I go left. And while I'm walking, I'm going to approach the corner and I'm going to just kind of peek around to see if I see anybody. Now, is there anybody there? Again, 30 low percentage, so 30% chance. Eight, there is somebody. Shoot. So it's a solid eight. I see someone. Now, who do I see? Let me grab a dice that is a being. I don't have one per se. I thought I did. No. Oh, it's a creature. Okay. I see is it a cultist? Let's just say that. I'd say if it was a cultist, I'm sure it's a high chance. A 75% chance it's a cultist. 47, it's a cultist. So I see a cultist. What is the cultist doing? Is he down reading? Is he on guard? Is he patrolling? Is he looking for some that all these possibilities? So is he sitting down? I'm guessing he is. 60% chance. Is he sitting down? 91. He's not. He's standing. Is he patrolling? 50-50. He's not. He's just standing there. He's standing guard. So he is standing guard. This kind of makes sense. So he's guarding something. Is he standing guard in front of a door, like a certain room? 80% chance on this one. 87. He's not. He's actually guarding something, not a door, but he's guarding something. Okay, not guarding. He's guarding something. What is he guarding? A item or perhaps some valuables? I'd say 8% chance. 73. He is, though it's nothing. Well, that is a yes. So he is guard. I'd say he's standing guard, guarding a. Maybe it's like a closed case. It's a glass case, perhaps. Let's see if he's guarding a glass case in the hallway, like just kind of on the side. It's a just a glass case. I don't think we can see what's in the case. Like, can I see what's in the case without getting noticed? That's going to be probably a skill roll. I'm gonna say that's a skill roll. We are prepared. We are a thief. We're taking our time here. But does the guard see us? That's the thing. Is he looking for? Is the guard looking straight, or is he kind of doing this, like looking around, just minding his area, his immediate area? So I'm gonna say depends what kind of guard he is. If he's responsible or if he's a slacker. 50-50. Is he looking around? 72. He's not. He's just kind of bored out of his mind. He's looking down like this. Not asleep. Like if I rolled a 90, I roll like he's kind of dozing off. But I think he's just looking down. Uh, he's unaware, looking bored. So he's been there for some time. I think like this guy, it was just assigned to protect this thing because maybe he's a completely useless person. And that's how I'm perceiving, interpreting all these rules is that this guy, this cultist, is he's just given a simple task by probably a dervish a long or not dervish, Belinda a long time ago, just to stand guard and guard this item because maybe he's completely useless or he's just kind of a weakling. I think that's how I see it. So he's looking bored. Um, now is the hallway thin? Like is it too like is there anything in front of me to hide behind like a crate? 50-50 on that one. 11. There is a crate. So I'm gonna go hide behind the crate. This will be a stealth check. So we got to roll a 4 or below using the sword and sorcery engine. I'm gonna hide behind a crate to get closer to him. I want to see what's in that. I'm a thief, so I got to play the character. I want to see what's in that glass case. So, all right, four or less. Nice. I rolled all four or less. Four, one, and one. So, I sneak behind the crate, no problem. Now, can I see what's in the case from my point of view? I'm guessing I'm still on the right, and then straight ahead is the guy with the glass case. So, can I see what's in the case from my advantage point? I'm going to say it's probably not likely. I mean, I'm kind of crouching. So let's just say 50-50. 63. I can't. It's the glass case has a solid has wood on the right and left side of it, but not the face, obviously. It's a glass door that opens up. But I do see the guy. He's obviously still there. So a couple things I can do. I can throw a rock, I can distract him, I can just straight up attack him. But I'm gonna look down the hallway to see if there's anybody else further down. But I think it's just him, so 20% chance there's anyone else further down. 91, there's no one else, it's just him. There's nothing else down the hall. It is just him in this glass case. So, interesting. Okay, let's see. Let's see what I have on my character. I have a key, short bow. Oh, I have a bow, that's right. I can just take him out with an arrow. Or he might be a coward. That's how I kind of see it. Like, he is a coward, so is he really worth killing? I have a crown. I forgot about that. And a weapon. So I'm going to use my bow and just kind of fire past him as a warning shot and tell him to get to wet his pants and run away, or what the next one will hit your neck, will hit your head or something like that. So I'm going to equip bow and stand up slowly and fire an arrow just past him. So uh, fire a warning shot just to scare him. I don't want to kill this guy. I just want to scare him away. So, but if I do scare him, he might go get backup. So that's probably not the best idea. Uh, I guess I'm gonna have to take this cultist out. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna take the bow, stand up, and fire at him. Now, using the rules, there, if this does turn to the counter, he's an easy villain, so he only has HP of 5, but he does 2 damage. So if he attacks, I'm gonna fire a bow at him. I'm gonna aim for his head. Just a clear shot. Put him out of his misery. He's a cultist, so this will be. We're prepared. We're a thief. Experience the bow. I'm gonna roll it. We got 4 or lower. Wait, hold on. Physical is lower. Yep, physical is lower. Swords, I should say. Swords is lower. Okay. Ah, shoot. Okay, damn it. I got 1, so it's a complication. It hits him, but it hits him in the shoulder. Doesn't kill him, so he's still in the game. So yeah, 5, 5, and a 1. Right. Yep. So the arrow hits his shoulder, causing how much damage would that cause? Probably half of what my damage usually is. So I can cause weapon damage is your SNS number -1, so I can cause 3 damage per the rules. So I'm going to cut that in half or near half and just say 2. So we are in a counter. Uh, 2 damage. So we have a counter. Does he even? Hold on. I get his arrow. Hold on a second. This might not be an encounter. Does he retaliate or does he freak out? Does he cry? Hmm. Let's see how. Let me use the emotion die. This might not be the best one use for it, but yeah, benevolent. Hey, thanks for shooting me, buddy. Yeah, I didn't think that would work. Yeah. No. Okay, I'll just use it. I'm going to say ask just a few questions here. Thanks for shooting me. I really appreciate it. Now I can file the claim. Hmm. That actually might be a funny twist. Like, no, like he likes pain. It's a kind of a weird. No, that's stupid. Um, I'm gonna ask the Oracle to see if he takes a damage, takes 2 damage, so now he's down to 3. But does he falls? Does he fall over in pain? I'm gonna say 80% chance. 43. Okay, he does. So he falls in pain. The fail roll that we had earlier was that we didn't kill him on one shot. He falls in pain. Um, is he a threat to us? I'm gonna say 30% chance. 64. He's not, so he's down. Uh, we walk up to him. Is he screaming in pain? I'm gonna say 80% chance. 56. Well, 56. He's like he's breathing heavily. He did scream earlier, but now he's just kind of whimpering and he's like, ah, this really, there's an arrow in my shoulder. Um, okay, so I'm gonna pull my sword out. I equip my sword this time, and I'm gonna put it at his neck. Put it equip sword at his neck. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna hold him there. I'm gonna tell him don't move a muscle, and I'm gonna look at the case. So what's in the case? Let's see. Is there anything in the case? I'm guessing there probably is. Is there something valuable in the case? It's an 80% chance. I think there is 79. That's a very, very strong yes. So I do have a die for items. Now, whoops, sorry about that. I have two die. Oh, that's for traps. Let me see what kind of loot it is. Very small loot, so it's a small valuable item. Let's see what it is. Okay, it's a weapon. What kind of weapon? Okay, it's a weapon. Interesting. Let me use the blocks here. The blocks, I'm always iffy about them. It's a weapon that is good for travel, but it's a half a weapon. So there's a puzzle piece, a bag, um, an arch, like a Japanese architecture, and then there's like a wine glass half full. So yeah, it's half a weapon. It's for travel. It's half a staff. That's what I'm thinking it is. So it's half a staff. It's a broken staff. Oh, I have an idea. It's a broken staff. Does it look like it's magically enchanted? I'm going to say 80% chance, really high. 29. Okay, it's a broken staff, magically enchanted, and magically delicious. Enchanted. I should just say it's enchanted. There's no reason for me to magically enchanted. Um, Enchanted. Okay, now with my knife, does the case have a keyhole in it? A key lock? Is it locked up? I'm gonna say 80% chance. 80. I'm going a lot of 80 today. Four. It is indeed locked. Yeah, it's locked. Now I'm gonna have to pull the key out. I'm gonna try the same key I've been using all day. Again, this key has been like my go-to key for this. Um, but I'm gonna put my key in there, turn it, see if it works. Use my key. Doesn't unlock it? I'm gonna say 50-50. I don't know. 84. It doesn't. That's the first time the key doesn't work. So I put the key back. Doesn't open. I put the key back in my pocket, in my bag. I ask the guy with the arrow on his shoulder. I tell him, "Where's the key for this thing?" So I asked cultist. Actually, I'm going to ask him, "Do you have the key for this? Do you have the key for this?" And I think I know a little backstory about. I have an idea for the staff, especially a broken staff. Does the cultist answer me with the throat? I'm going to say 75. This might be intimidation, so I'm going to have to do a 4 or lower. No, I'm sorry, 4 or higher for knowledge. All right, let's try to intimidate him. 3, 5, and 6. It does. Okay, so it partially works with a setback. 3 was awfully close. Hmm. Okay, he doesn't have the key on him, but he knows where it is. He knows where it is. Okay, so he says, "I don't have the key, but I know where it is, and I can tell you." So I'm gonna basically, do I believe him or do I not believe him? Does he know? I'm gonna put the sword a little tighter to his neck. I'm saying, "Tell me where the key is." Did he tell me where the key is? I'm gonna say at this point he does, but he might lie or he might tell us vaguely where it is. 50-50. Does he? I'm gonna say 65. Does he tell us where it is? 13. He does. The point of the sword is getting a little too close to his throat, So um, he tells us, now where's the key? Let's see. Let me use my story blocks. The key is going to be cactus, wine glass half full, pouch, mountains. It's going to be, oh, okay. Outside in a bag, perhaps? Plant near, no, it can be outside near a plant, buried in a plant somewhere. Half full. Okay, so it's going to be, oh, it's behind a picture. It's behind a picture of like of a plant. So, but it's in a compartment. So he's telling us that this key is kept. Oh, it's kept in a lockbox, behind a picture. So the key is kept in a lockbox behind a picture, like a picture of a mountain, of the mountain that we're in. Now, because I didn't really do the successful roll, he won't tell us which room it's in, I'm going to guess. Now I'm going to ask him though. I'm going to tell him, and where is this lockbox? Like, where is this lockbox? Which room is it in? Does he tell us? I might just do another roll for this. We are prepared. You know, that we're not really exactly rushing this. So let's see if we can do a four or under. I think it's a four under. Four over. Sorry, four over. I rolled five, three, and two, so one got over. So he tells us that it's. I think he's gonna pass out from all the from. I think he's gonna pass out. He's afraid. He's bleeding out. Uh, he says it's like it's in the main, and then he passes out. So where is? Let's see where the key is. Like which room it's in. It's downstairs. I have but it's in a treasure room. Oh, it's in a treasury room. Interesting. So there's a crate here. There's a picture of food and the cactus again. The dry. I think it's in a room where people can eat. It's downstairs and where it's really dry, like a storage room. That doesn't make sense behind a well locked box. I'm gonna say it's behind someone's. It's in a personal quarters. Maybe it's Dervish's personal quarters. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So that's where it might be. That's what we're thinking. He tells us it's in. How should I say this? Before he passes out, he passes out telling us halfway. He passes out halfway through telling us. So he says like he's being to get dizzy, and I'm like, oh shit. And he says in the it's in Dervish, and then he passes out. So he says Dervish. We where he says Dervish, but then passes out. Now I think we can just assume that he's talking about Dervish's personal quarters, but we don't know where exactly that is. We're in this empty hallway. Now, is it worth getting the key, or do we just break the glass? So he passes out. He passed out. Do we just use the butt of the sword to just bash the glass in? I'm gonna say we do. So it's unless the glass is magically it's enchanted glass and it's protected from physical harm. I'm gonna bash it with my sword, the butt of the sword, handle of it. Uh, so we got to roll four or less, four lower. There we go. Nice. So four, one, and so six, four, and one. So we are able to with no extra benefit. We break the glass. Okay. Now, does anything happen when we break the glass? Like, does it set off a trap? Let's say 50-50. 80, nothing happens. So we're in the clear. So I reach, I grab the staff. Does anything happen when I grab the staff? Remember, I gotta keep it challenge. Like, I'm assuming something will happen. 50-50. 69. Nope, nothing happens. So I grab the staff, I pick it up and I look at it. Do I recognize anything off of the staff? Like, are there any like symbols or writings? I'm gonna say I'm not an expert on this, but I am prepared. So I gotta roll 2D. This is gonna be four or higher. It's a knowledge check. So I did roll a six, but a three. So there is some setback. I notice writings, but I don't understand them. That's the setback. I just can't tell what they are. I see there's writing like a signature, perhaps, or just there's like writing, thinly written carvings on the side of the staff, but it is broken. So maybe the writings go beyond the broken breaking point, and I can't tell what it is. So I'm gonna put the staff in my bag. I'm gonna put the staff, put staff in bag. Let's add to our inventory. All right. So, oh, I'm stuffed on inventory items. That's all I can hold. Let's do. Let me get rid of the rope. I think we're done with that. So I'm gonna take away the rope. Still have the crown. Okay, and I have staff. It's broken with writings. Okay, so I have the staff, and now we're gonna proceed on. I'm gonna forget about this guy. I'm not gonna bother with him. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay, my screen was freaking out. So I leave. I leave the hall. I continue. I walk down the hall, and do I reach like a staircase? I'm gonna say 50-50. Oops. 63. I don't reach a staircase. I reach a door. So I reach another door. And this door, the hallway just gets up to a door. Now, is this door locked? I'm going to try to open it. 50-50. 52. It's not locked, but the door is jammed. So, door is not locked, but stuck. Okay, can I? It's not opening. The door, like the handle turns, but barely opens. It's like it. Oh, I'm guessing the door opens outward, so it's like something's blocking the door. So, something is blocking the door. Can I peek through and see through? Like, is there like barely like a centimeter or an inch to see through the door? I'm gonna say 50-50 on that one. 39. There is some space to see between the door and the frame. So I peek through and I'm gonna see what I'm looking at. And do I see anything? Do I hear anything? I'm gonna say it's a little hard to see, but maybe do I hear anything? So 35%, do I see anything? I'm sorry, do I hear anything? 35. 54. I don't hear anything at all. Do I see anything? Even lower, it's a 20% chance. 90. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. So it's I'm gonna assume it's dark. It's dark. Whatever's behind that door. Maybe the royalists found the right way out, and I'm running into this is just a closet with like maybe some things fell over and are blocking this door. So I'm gonna try to do a running start and crash into the door, or like maybe put my sword in and try to force it open. I'm gonna use my sword. I use sword to force door or pry it open, like with what do we call those? With the tire iron. So, okay, this will be a strength check. I am prepared. Let's try it out. Up to 3d6, I do four or lower. I got, shoot. Only have one under, so partially, but I think the door breaks. It opens up a little more, though. No, the door, okay, so how do I interpret that? Three, five, and six, so two failed. It's a partial, but with a setback. The setback is it is a closet. So I do open the door. It got stuck and some things fell off, still in front. I open it, but is it a closet? Let's just ask if it is a closet. I'm gonna say 75% chance. 30. It is. So it's just a closet. So we went the wrong way. It's just a closet. That's all right. That's why we split up so we can find the right way out. Is there anything in the closet that's of value, perhaps? Let's roll the loot. Dice. Okay, here we go. Medium loot. We find something interesting. So medium loot. Let's see what we find. Item dice. Okay, so it's a bow, so it's a long range item. But is it going to be of value? So we find some. They're like disregarded bows, perhaps. Are they disregarded bows? I'm gonna say 75%. 87. There's one bow in there that's actually interesting. But I already have a bow. Is it a long bow? we just find like a random longbow and some loot? Medium loot. I see we find some. We should find some gold. We do 23. So I'm sorry, 50% chance. We find some gold. I should say find gold, and then I'm gonna say we find 5 gold pieces. So five will be 25 total now. The longbow. Uh, does the longbow look like it's in good shape? I'm guessing if it's in closet, it got disregarded. So let's do 40. Let's look at 40%. 36. It's actually in good. Okay, but it's just a bow though. There's no arrows. It's just we have arrows though. So longbow. That'll give us a little more range out of asking the oracle if it works. So I'm going to de-equip the short bow and put in longbow. Okay. So all right, good. We found some gold in the longbow. Do we find anything else? Like a 15% chance of anything valuable? 83. We don't find anything else. Okay. I close the door. Maybe it was like brooms and someone just put their bow in there by mistake. I don't know. Okay, so I close it. I turn around and do I see anything? Do I see anybody? Let's say 50-50. Do I see anybody? 90? Oh, okay, 66. I don't see anybody. Well, anybody new. The guy's still passed out. Is he still passed out? 80% chance. 39. He is. Okay, so the turn around L or the what's his name? The cultist still passed out. Well, I'm gonna walk fast. I'm gonna power walk just back to where we were. So walk fast around corner to Armory entrance, Armory area door. Do I see any? Well, I should probably look around the corner first. So I walk fast to the corner, peek around. Do I see anybody or do I hear anybody? I'm gonna peek around. Do I see anybody? Low chance, 25%, 83. I don't see anybody. So clear. Continue on. I pass the armory area. Now I approach the other corner where the royalists went. So other corner. I peek around. What do I see? Do I see anything? 50, 50, 53. Interesting. I did see someone. That's a very strong no. Because if it's within 5% of the threshold, then it's a strong whatever the answer is. So I see someone leaving. Like I can see someone's foot or like their back leaving the my view. So I see someone leaving. Now, do I recognize them? Let's roll 40. Let's do. We're not prepared for this, but I think with being a thief, we can see far. So let's roll 4 or under if I can recognize them. I'm sorry, 4 or over. This will be knowledge check. This will be mentality. So 4 or over, 4 or more. 6 and 4, I do recognize them. Okay, so I recognize what they're wearing in the distance. Is it going to be the? Well, it can't be the. I doubt it's the. Okay, some scenery building here. Is there doors in the hallway or is there obstacles in the way? 75% chance. 18. Okay, they dealt with something. So I think it is I think we do see the royalists leaving our view and they go around another corner, like another a turn. So it was the royalist we saw. Now they dealt with something. Did they take out, they have a little fight with another um cultist perhaps? Like do we see a dead cultist on the ground? 60% chance. 29. We do. And actually, that's 2 cultists. So I see 2 dead cultists on the ground. So while we were dealing with one cultist, they dealt with probably 2 that were walking towards the armory, or 2 that were, one was on guard, one eventually come in to help, but they obviously had a little encounter. And we just saw the back of one of the royalists leaving our view. So I walk in that direction, wherever it is. I'm gonna step over the. I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna catch up to them. So I power walk, I should say. I jog. Can I catch up to them? Like, do I reach another corner? Another corner? Are they going to be there in my view? Are they still walking? I obviously walk fast, or I jog up to them. 80% chance, 75% chance I see them. 19, 16. Okay, so I do see them. I see both royalists. I keep wanting to say the Kingsmen because again, 20 episodes or so I've been calling them the Kingsmen. Now they're called the Royalists. Uh, where was that? Yeah, that was Jesus. So I see them, and I'm going to not yell, but say, "Hey guys, wait up!" So I say, I let them know I'm behind them. Now, do they stop? I'm guessing they do. Yeah, they definitely do stop. They turn around, and so they stop, turn around. What's their impression of seeing me? Miserable. Are they okay? Let's do a scale of the miserable. Two. They're okay. They're very miserable. Like okay, they're miserable from dealing with. They're tired. Obviously, they've been through a lot of shit. So they're tired. They're miserable from dealing with the two cultists. Maybe those two cultists were pretty tough. They look beat up, but they survived. So, but survived. I say they're probably hurt. They are hurt. Okay, so they look beat up. They are hurt. I walk up to them and I say, "You guys have seen better days," and they probably, well, how do they react to my joke? They're kind of pleasant. They're kind of welcoming. They kind of, maybe they kind of smirk and say, "Yeah, we've had better days." So, um, okay, now so now I'm back with I'm we're back together. So obviously my route was a fail, but they potentially had the correct route. So are we are we looking at a door, or does the hallway continue on? Or is there a staircase leading up to where we hope is the outside, or like the first floor? Um, because this is a new route. The route we were supposed to go was trapped, and we failed to escape. Well, we escaped it, but we couldn't find a way to prevent it. So am I looking at a door 50-50? 15. There is a door. Okay, so we are at a door. Does this door look like it's a actual like exit? Like it's a big door frame. It has two doors. It's oak or it's going to be some very strong material. I'm guessing 75% chance of everything I just said. 27. It's a big door. It's a two-way door. Big door. Um, does it have a key on it? I'm guessing it's locked. Is it locked? Let's roll 50-50. Is it locked? 47. It is locked. But it's strong, yes, it is locked. Guess what I'm going to try to use? The key. I think my key that I have is the key. It's the master key for all the general. Well, did it work earlier? No, no, okay. That closet we found was not locked. Okay, I'm going to try my key. I try my key on the door. Does it open? I'm going to say 70, 80% chance on this one because it's been opening so far. Nine, it does. Click, the door opens, door unlocks. But however, does anything happen when this door gets unlocked? Let's see. 50-50. Seven. Something happens when the door when it gets unlocked. Something happens. Okay. Is it a trap? I'm going to say is it a trap? 50-50. It's not a trap. 76. It's not a trap. Okay. Not a trap. Uh, do we hear something on the other side? Like a mechanism? 50-50 on that one. 30. Yeah, we hear something on the other side. Like think of like from Home Alone when Home Alone 2 they're messing with that door and they're trying to pull it, but that big they're hearing something like that big uh that workbench or that was that that big tool bin is bouncing down the hallway. No, that's not exactly going to happen to us because it's not trapped. But we hear a noise, some rattling behind the door. Let me see what I hear. It's dishes. We hear now. Did this noise happen when we open the door? It could be rattling of armor, perhaps. Okay, let's roll. 75% chance I heard this noise the minute I unlocked the door. Oh yeah, one. So we heard this noise the moment the key unlocked the door. I'm making this very descriptive for myself. So I'll make this bold because I think this will be a good turning point for the next episode. So click, and we hear is it armor? I'm thinking it's armor of a guard, like a heavily armored cult member, cultist. 75% chance. It's armor. 23. It is. So it sounds, I think more so that the royalists recognize the sounds because they're more familiar with armor. It sounds like moving armor, like foot people moving around. So again, we'll leave it at that. But I think that's where I should end the episode. So this episode, next episode will be 20 30, I think. 30? Yep. So this one wasn't too long compared to my last. Well, I take that back. This one's longer than the last episode. The longest one was episode, look, that was 27, which was 140 entry. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's because I continued it on from the, yeah, that doesn't count. So, uh, right. That's mixed. That is mixed up. Yeah, I think Google messed up on that. Yeah, that doesn't matter. The count continued on for some reason. So this was a yeah about 50-minute episode, but I'm gonna close it up. And the next episode is 30. I can't believe we reached 30 episodes of this campaign. But this episode we called the Armory. I think that is what good. So regular versus Dervish was last episode. But yeah, there you go. Nothing else to update. I think in our quests or characters, we saw an armory, found a staff, and then 37, we let's see, we unlocked a mysterious door. Heard armor move. Okay, that's just I'm just keeping it simple like that. But there you go. That was episode. We're still in the Temple of Legion. Temple Legion. I should fix that. Temple Legion. Blood Mountain, essentially. And there you go. That's it. No questions for the next episode. It's pretty simple. We're just trying to figure out what's behind that door. Most likely another encounter, a heavily armored individual. But it makes sense on the other side because where we are, people aren't supposed to get into without going through this door, perhaps, unless because of that trap door. So I'm thinking that we're on the inside, we're on the path into a valuable area, which was the armory. So obviously, it makes sense if there's a heavily armored cultist on the other side of that door. If it is a cultist, that is, we don't know. So it could be. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. So that's actually a good question. I should leave for my character. Is it a cultist? Question, 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 question. Mark. All right. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on 830 RPG.